friends, hope you're all enjoying LensFest. My name is Sarah, and I'm a creative lead for Spectacles Marketing. Our team has had the honor of working on a very special project with our guest here. I'm here with artist Lauren Halsey to talk about how AR is opening up new doors in her work. Her recent film was shot entirely with spectacles, and it offers a first-person perspective into her community work and creative process as she builds her latest installation sculpture alongside her team. Without further ado, here's the film.
I'm Lauren Halsey, and I'm a multidisciplinary artist and community organizer.
5:45. I'm up.
I just feel like just all this stuff is going on at the same time. I work with my friends on all of my projects.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Want to help you with that?
Yeah.
You're welcome. Hey. Hi. Good morning.
Any given day, 25 people work with me to distribute 600 to 700 produce boxes per week to the neighborhood.
We're here. Yeah, avocado.
I got you on camera. So a lot of people right here.
This week is like 14,000.
The studio is my world, community building and art simultaneously.
It's my work right here. It's what I do.
For me?
There you go. Move.
Teamwork.
So you want to make a drink?
I'm super inspired by the people that I meet every day, the palette that I see every day, colors and textures and a certain vibrancy that I experience here.
You bought these?
Yeah, I'm singing.
Oh yeah, this hard.
Oh, okay, I see you, player. I see you over there creeping, player, behind the bushes.
I got burned.
It's 67 in the wintertime weather. Heath Ledger, cause nobody do it better. They 6 word to the third letter. Even though they often imitate my sweater, I'm f***ing with different textures and different measures.
Great job, team. Great job, team. It came together amazing.
South Central Sav, South Central Sav.
Teamwork, teamwork.
South Central Sav, South Central Sav. South Central Sav, South Central Sav. What they gon' do, cause you got all the bad. They gotta come to you for that exclusive. You see they style and you influenced it. They running out of juice, they need to tap in. I'ma take mine on the back end. It went out of style, bought it back in. Now it's Lexus's when I back in. Everything twice as hard for the black man. Mexico fitted, I just wrapped the coat.
Hi Lauren, so great to see you. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, of course.
So I'd love to start off with a question about your art practice and designing for spaces. As we can see in the film, you unveil a beautiful new installation that tells the story of community. First, you're a fine artist with expertise in designing spaces, and you've even studied architecture, so you really have a wide range of knowledge there. How does your background inspire you to create?
I think about 10, 12 years ago, I started
sort of remixing empty city lots in my head and just imagining new spaces and proposing, future spaces that I wanted, often very fantastical, that I wanted to build one day. And so I decided to go to school for architecture for a little bit. And that sort of entry point turned into super maximalist installations and sculptures.
And we also know that community is a very important part of your art practice and process. And as we can see in the film, you work really closely with your friends on all of your work. And they're also very deeply involved in doing some incredible community work in South Central LA through your nonprofit org. How does your work with community building inspire you and empower you to keep moving? Could you share a bit about the origins of your org?
Yeah, so a little biography. My family, both sides, is from Los Angeles, South Central Los Angeles, via the Great Migration. And we've been here, the same exact neighborhoods since 1927. I'm fourth generation, and with that comes a ton of neighborhood love and pride and concern. As I have my sculpture studio, about a year and a half ago, I saw the For Lease sign open next door, or 2 doors down, and I knew immediately that I would open a community center. And so for all this time, we've been planning to open, early fall, late summer, and Corona hit, or COVID-19 hit. And we sort of had to remix, what we had sort of planned as this sort of traditional community center with educational support and tutoring and after school programs to now do a food program. And this Friday will be the 27th consecutive weeks of distributing 600 to 700 organic produce boxes to the community. And to do that, with my studio assistants, who are my best friends, some of them from childhood, we grew up around the corner, the same people that I also make sculptures with. The sculpture that you saw in the video is just beautiful, and it's the recipe that I use to do everything.
Yeah, that's really amazing. So tell us more about the project with Spectacles. How did it change your perspective on collaboration, community, and your work?
So it was really amazing because my friends / studio assistants who helped me make it, most of them hadn't worked with this typology before with me. A couple had on a show that we did at Mocha, where it was about this cave that informally archived ephemera that I collect around the neighborhood, And so this was super exciting because we were all just jumping in with this sort of freestyle building, form making, sculpture, and it became this really beautiful bonding experience. And so, a month later, I've been able to make this amazing oasis in the community center for folks now to experience some sort of pause or moment of beauty outside of the mess of the world right now. And so that's just been super amazing.
How did implementing AR and using spectacles affect the outcome of your piece?
That was amazing because as a sculptor or just someone with an art practice, you usually think about documenting or recording or just, obtaining footage of some sort. But it was really, really wonderful to be able to document along with everyone else every single step of the project and watch it grow over time. And to see it through everyone's perspective felt very empowering. And then the idea of the sort of the cause and effect of then using the spectacles to digitize it and it being accessible globally, a sculpture. I don't have to deal with the issues or even think about the issue of storage, of shipping, a sculpture can land no matter where you are, which is incredible. So that was super inspiring.
So there are endless possibilities for this technology as it's still fairly new. How do you think AR will impact art and community in the future?
I can work on a sculpture or an installation for a year, 2 years, and in my current practice, the work is seen for a few weeks at a gallery or at the most a museum some months, which is like really amazing. And I'm grateful, but the scale at which like the work is able to be viewed is just like infinitely expanded when you think about like a global audience in a way that's absolutely impossible in a 6 week run of a show or something.
So what was your first reaction to seeing Spectacles AR in your environments and your work?
Wild, incredibly cutting edge. It was just like super amazing to see the 3D version come to life, and watching forms be scanned that we built as sculptures, as actual sculptures, be multiplied, divided, cut up, added, so to have like an entirely cavernous experience to get to this level of immersion and maximalism, and to be able to do it digitally, but it still be the same actual form, was just mind-blowing.
Well, that was super inspiring. Thanks again for joining us today.
Yeah, of course. I hope you all enjoyed the video.
Well, I hope everyone enjoyed today's program. Thanks for joining. See you next time.